everyone. Thank you so much for joining me late night today. So, Tuesday was Halloween. I know some of you all celebrate Halloween. So, I came on tonight to make up for Tuesday night. So, I know it's late. I'm going to be short. What's up, troublesome boy? I'm going to be short, but this information is going to be so powerful. Okay. Before I begin, oh, thank you so much. Favorite channel. Okay, before I begin, this show is usually Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. So please join us next Tuesday. I'm just here because Tuesday was a holiday. Okay. Like this video. Hi Aura. Like this video, subscribe, and most importantly, share. Bam. Okay. Tonight we're getting straight to it. Change your destiny. ChatGPT prompt that will help you create $1 million business. Now there is no cap here, as the kids would say. This is not cap. This is the real deal. This is something that I've tried and I built a business, multiple businesses from it. Okay. So I'm going to share with you my power prompts that I use in ChatGPT to help me create $1 million business ideas. I own multiple businesses. And ever since ChatGPT was created, I've been able to take my brain. So it's not about AI taking over. I've been able to partner with AI and become completely unstoppable. So thank you so much. Yes, it says avocado toast. You can't see the toast part. Um, but I know this world that we live in is insane, and it's very important that you run fast and smart with your ideas to generate income, to generate generational comfort. Okay. So this is an easy way to do it. Okay. So the first thing is most people feel stuck. Most people are like, I want to do something, but I don't know what to do. Right. So what can I do? What type of business should I do? So before we get there, I'm actually going to share my screen with you all. So hopefully you are somewhere where you can park, pull over, so you can see what I'm about to do. So you can write down all the prompts. Okay. We've talked about ChatGPT before, but for those who don't know, I'm going to bring you through the whole thing so you can see how to use it. Okay. But the first thing is finding out what it is you want to do for the rest of your life. In the comments, if you're available, if you're not, I look so delayed. If you are not, okay. So if you're not driving, please put in the comments what it is that you want to do for the rest of your life. If you could choose one thing to do for the rest of your life, what would it be as a form of work? Okay. Put it in the comments right now. So, my secret formula to find out what you should be doing, for those who don't know, is take what you're very passionate about, something that you wake up, you dream about. Oh my, I can't wait to do it. I'm so excited. I want to do this in life. One, and take what you're naturally good at that you tend to overlook, a natural talent, a natural gift. We all have that one thing that we're so good at that we overlook, and we don't even think to use it as a tool to get freedom. So, what you're naturally good at plus your passion, boop, equals what you should do for the rest of your life. That's the formula, okay? Real estate speaking, I want to enjoy and heaven forever start a CNC machine. I want to own Lucky. Okay, perfect. Okay. So, put some fire in the chat if you are in front of a computer or a phone, not driving, totally available, and can watch me as I share my screen. Just put some fire in the chat so I can see who can watch me as I share my screen, so I'm not boring the people who are not available. Okay? This I'm telling you, this is gonna be wild. Okay. Put some fire, put some fire in the chat if you can look at my screen share. If you can follow along and put a no in the chat if you can. If you can't, just listen along and follow me later. Hopefully, I can see you all as I am doing this. Let me see if I can. If not, it's not a big deal. I just I'll just let y'all talk in the comments and I won't be able to see y'all. So if y'all see somebody saying something crazy, just you can't let me know because I won't see it. Okay, you guys are good. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. Keep in mind, I will not be able to see you. So hold your questions and follow along until I say I'm back. When I say I'm back, then you can post comments and I can see them. If you post them now, I'm not going to see it. The most important thing for you to do right now is to follow along with me. Just take notes, follow along with me, hold your questions because I'm going to be quick, then we're going to get to it. All right. Before we do that, someone write in the comments a business idea that they have that they want to grow into $1 million business. Go. I'm picking randomly. I might pick one more than one tonight. Let's see. Pick a business idea that you have that you want to grow into a $1 million business. You're stuck. You don't know how to do it. Put what that business is in the chat. YouTube, YouTube. But what? That's a what do you want to do? Voice over commercials, shared living, coaching, create an app. What type of app? Organic farming, paint murals, spa. What type of spa? So you have to be very specific in order for this to work. And it's good that you guys know what you want to do. That makes it easier. Mining crystals. Okay. So I'm just gonna choose one randomly. Wow. A gas company. Coach CBD holistic spa. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna use that one. So hold your questions. I got y'all. Okay, I got y'all. But I have to share my screen, and I'm gonna show you. This is what you can do. Oh wait, sorry. We'll do vegan chef next. Um, wrong one. Wrong one. Ah, where is it? Oh no. Okay, yeah, here it is. CBD holistic spa. You guys ready? Like this video if you want me to continue. How about that? All I get is digital currency from this. Okay, so I just like it. If you want me to continue, like this video. Okay, so boom, CBD holistic spa. Pause. Don't just wait for me to come back because I'm about to share my screen and I can't see you. Okay, I'm going to the screen side. So I'm going to use her example and then I'm going to show you how you can plug in your own actual idea and do the same thing. So I'm just using her as an example. India Pope. Okay, let me share my screen. CBD holistic spa. I hope y'all are ready because I don't play games when it comes to this channel. Okay, view. Can you see my screen? Just put a yes if you can see my screen before I start yapping. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. You can see my screen. Perfect. Right? Just put a yes if you can see my screen. Put a yes. Put a yes. Yes, yes. Put a yes if you can see my screen. So I don't go through all of this. Okay, perfect. All right. So boom. All right. I was like playing around before you guys came. Okay. First of all, so let me write this down. I'm so excited. CBD holistic spa. Now, you're going to do this, first of all, if you don't have ChatGPT, you're going to have to sign up. If you haven't created an account, create one real quick. If you can't, then save these steps for later. CBD Holistic Spa. Okay? So you're going to plug in your own business idea, whatever it is you want to do, it's going to work exactly the same. Okay? Most people have great ideas, but they have trouble figuring out how to make it come to life, right? And so the benefit of ChatGPT is it pulls from trillions of data sources from people who have already done it, and it helps give you a plan. That's what you need. All you need is a plan for your amazing idea. So let me show you. I only use ChatGPT 4 because it's very very good. it's much more enhanced than 3.5. So now, really quick, you can click now, browse with Bing, and that will allow ChatGPT to pull from the internet. Before prior models, you could not pull from the internet. So it was just what they fed ChatGPT. All the information they fed it, that's all they could really pull from. But now you can pull data from, like, I think up until 2023, which is amazing. It's going to pull from the internet. Okay. And then this is something new that I didn't even check out yet, advanced data analysis, which is like amazing. I had to look more into that. There's also plugins. You can do really cool stuff with plugins. And there's also DALI, which you can create images. And we'll play around with that maybe later too. Okay. But for now, you're going to click browse with Bing because we're going to use the internet to help us do our thing. Okay. So my first prompt, and a prompt is an action word that you give ChatGPT. It's a command that you give it so that it can do what you want it to do. Now, what you're going to see is sometimes it's very like it won't go deep because it tries to avoid legalities. It doesn't want to give you the wrong information. So it's sometimes it's like, I can't help you. But I'm going to show you how to move past that. Shout out to Luis, my boy Luis Luis Estrella. Okay. He actually taught me how to do this on ChatGPT, how to get past the command words like I can't do it. I'm going to show you today. Okay, let's get to it. So your first prompt is I want to create a blank $1 million business. Okay. So I want, write this down, everyone. Step number 1. Okay. This is a class today. I want to create, I can't see your comments. So don't, just stay with me. And when I say I'm back, then we can talk some more. I want to create a $1 million, right, business. And I'm going to say it's a CBD holistic spa. Okay. So you're going to put it's a, whatever your thing is, it's a CBD holistic spa. I'm laughing because there's so much that you can do with this. It's like insane. Okay. So when you think about ChatGPT, you are telling it who you are first so it can understand like where you are so that it then can tell you what you need to do. You have to tell it who you are first in order for it to know what you need, if that makes sense. Okay. So plug in your own business. You can use your own business here. Great. So it's going to give you some information. Here are some steps and considerations you could follow to increase your chances of building a successful CBD spa, right? So it's telling you all the things that you need to think about and plan out before you even consider it. Okay. Which is great. So when you start a business, you're like, usually like, oh, what are the steps? What do I need to do? So this first prompt is giving you a guideline for the entire business. Okay. But we have to go deeper in order for us to understand how we can get started today with what we have. Right. So it's typing a lot because what it's doing, it's pulling from the internet, it's pulling from other CBD spas, data, other people's experiences for building a business like this. It's pulling from all of that and it's giving you a very amazing framework. So let's just go through it real quick. And whatever your business is, it's going to do that for you. Okay. Obviously, research and education. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Now, there's a way. So, okay, pause. It's a group, a private business group, and we do stuff like this all the time. So there's a way for you to say, what are the industry trends in CBD holistic spa? There's a way to go deeper on every single element, but I don't have time to go through each thing now. If you want help doing that, go to franchisenowplease.com. Franchisenowplease.com. And you can join my group because we go deep. We trademark things. We do all types of stuff. You can also go to my Instagram, Kika I am. You see it in the corner of my picture, Kika I am, and send me a DM that just says join. And then I'll bring you in. I have some of my members here today. If you're a member in the chat, let them know how amazing it is because they're not going to believe me. Okay. So anyway, so research and education, legal. So they're going through everything, right? This is the basic framework you need to know all these things. You need to break down how am I going to train staff? How am I going to do this? But I'm just going to show you something really cool right now. Okay. So that's the first prompt. Then what I'm going to say is, what are some expenses? Ready? Stay with me. What are some expenses? Use this exact prompt. What are some expenses associated with a business like this? Okay. Please stay with me, y'all. Okay. I can't see y'all, but I'm going to come back. I promise. What are some expenses associated with a business like this? Why is that important? Because when we start businesses, we just think about gross profit. We just think about, how much money am I going to make? First, you need to understand, how much money are you going to need, right? So that you can structure your business in a way that will allow you to make the money that you want to make. But the first step is to understand your expenses. Now, granted, some of these things are you're not going to need. And if I was just to keep going here, it's going to create right away a $1 million business. Clearly, we're trying to get there. We're not at $1 million yet, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that I have $500 to start. Okay. So, okay. I hope you're writing this down. This is the third prompt. If you're just coming in, or if you missed the first ones, rewind when we're done. You have to get all these prompts, because it flows into the master plan, which is what I'm going to show you in a few. So I have $500, right? I have $500. How can I get started today, right? Because the thing is, we know where we want to go. How can I get started today? Okay? And you don't even have to spell right, because it just does it anyway. It's amazing. Amazing. I have $500, and you can put however much money you have, put that real amount in there. Put what you have. You can get started with what you have. Don't think, oh, I can't do my idea. I can't grow a business because I have no money. No, you can get started with what you have. And as you see, it's thinking. It's like, girl, you only have 500. Okay, let me figure this out for you. That's what those dots mean. That's what those dots mean. Let me let me jump back just to see, make sure y'all are behaving. Are y'all behaving? Okay. Okay, cool. All right. So now I'm not back, so I can't see what you're saying. See, now it's taking too long. Oh, okay. I was just tripping. Okay. All right, you ready? So I have $500. Plug in how much you really have and say, I want to get started today. Stay with me. Follow these exact prompts. Okay. So what did it say? Starting a business, especially a CBD holistic spa, with $500 is a challenging endeavor given the high costs associated with setting up a spa, obtaining quality CBD products, and ensuring compliance with legal and regulatory requirements. However, okay, it's all about that however. Give me a however, and I'm going to make it happen, okay? However, you can begin laying the groundwork for your business venture with the resources you have. Here are some steps. So if you have $500, it's going to tell you what you should do with the $500, okay? You ready? So education, of course, networking, it's free, right? So really quick pause. I have a whole business franchise. It's called Kika Stretch Studios. I've developed a new model for this new economy. And I was like thinking, creating, and then I thought about something that is just like, duh, but it's like people don't think about it, right? Ask yourself this. So it's talking about networking. Attend industry events, webinars, local business meetups. What is the site? Meetup.com. And you can search like your local community meetups associated with maybe like health and wellness, or whatever industry you're in, go for free, right? Meet people who have experience in the spa, wellness, CBD industry, right? So, literally, if you're trying to start a business, go to networking events and places where the people are, right? Because much of the figuring things out thing is, how can I sell it to people? How can I get in front of people for free? I'll give you an example. If I was trying to start a CBD holistic spa, I would go to the public library if I had not a lot of funds, right? Maybe you already have a printer. Kudos to you, because I didn't have a printer when I first started. I went to the library. So go to the library and you can actually make flyers, right? CBD holistic spa, the benefits, that's one other, topic. Take those flyers and go to the YMCA, go to the local gyms and leave the flyers for free. Leave a little coupon that people can use to purchase your products online. Go to where people are who would be interested in what you're selling. Free, easy, right? Okay. So then it's like business plan, of course, of course, of course, fundraising. So it's going to tell you all the things you need to do based on what everybody else in the industry does, right? Now, here we go. Here is the meat. What do they say? Steak and potatoes? Yeah. Let's get to the money, right? Okay. So this is the fourth prompt. I think I lost track. This is the fourth prompt, but write it down and you're going to insert your own industry, your own details. Okay. How, okay, no, sorry. Create a 5-year project, create 5 years, sorry. Create 5 years of projections. Do you guys know what projections are? 5 years of projections that, I'm gonna tell you if you don't, that will help me. I know I said one prompt, but it's more. I just wanted to, I didn't wanted you guys to join. But now that you're here, I'm giving you all the prompts. So you're getting even more. Okay. Create 5 years of projections that will help me scale. I hope y'all writing this down. Okay. That will help me scale this business. You have to be very specific. This business, and do it with me, from $500 to $1 million. Now, really quick, before I press enter, projections. You have to know before you go. Where is that from? I feel like that's like I feel like that's someone's slogan or tagline, but it's true. Okay. You have to know where you're going before you get there. Yes, that's right. Okay. So if you're in a car going to a wedding, you can't just get in the car and start driving around. You have to know where the wedding is so you can follow the directions to get there. The same is true with growing a business and a brand. I'm all about building brands, not businesses. Build a brand, totally different. In order to get there, you have to know how to get there. And this is the whole purpose of this. So, projections show you examples. It's not going to be accurate. Sometimes it is, rarely it's not accurate, right? Sometimes the numbers are a little different. Your projections are going to show you in slow increments what your growth might look like considering the industry you're in. So, we're saying that I'm going to start with $500 and in 5 years I want to get to 1 million. Clearly, maybe it's going to, most likely it's going to take more than 5 years. Okay. You have to be real. You have to be realistic. So, but this is just an example so you can see, right? So the projections are going to show you what your profit might look like each year until you get to 5 years. Now, projections that will help me scale. Scaling your business means growing your business, okay? From $500 to $1 million. Now, this is the point where ChatGPT might start hating on you, because it's like, oh, I don't want to give you exact information, because then you could say ChatGPT lied to me. So we're going to have to work with it. And this is where you really want to pay attention in order to get exactly what you want. Okay. So I'm going to press enter and hopefully it's going to be nice to me. It's like blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. So, creating a 5-year financial projection for your CBD holistic spa from a 500 blah 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 is a significant task that so it has to tell you it's a task. It requires you to understand the market, financial management. The following simplified projection is a very general. It has to say that very general example and should be tailored based on more precise data and analysis. It's advisable to work with financial advisors or business consultants to develop a more accurate and realistic financial plan. Do not just go based off of what ChatGPT is telling you. You have to have a CPA. You have to have advisors. You have to find people who are in the industry who can help guide you. What I'm showing you is what you can do if you know absolutely nothing about how to get there. You still need trusted professionals to really help you get there. But this is going to educate you and show you how you can create something that big. Okay. Just saying. So it's going to say, here's an outline. Okay. See, it's playing games and I'm going to show you why. Okay. Ooh, maybe it's not. Okay. Okay, so here's a basic outline to give you an idea of how you might scale your business over 5 years. Okay, so it's going to tell you year one, establishing the foundation, and it even gives you a title. My goodness. So get your little planner, and for the month of November, label it establishing the foundation, right? Initial investment $500. Granted, that's really low, but we are in a real crazy world right now, right? Um, Interest rates are high. People are not giving out money like they used to, and if they do, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. So I'm using the low investment of $500 to show you that it is possible. You just have to do a lot more research and figure out how you can make it happen. Okay, so initial investment $500, right? So imagine you did a GoFundMe. It's assuming that someone else is going to give you $50,000. Okay, but we can change that. Watch really quick because I want to keep it realistic. Okay, so if you see something that is not adding up, and I'm being real because who's going to give you $50,000 right now? Maybe someone will, but what if they don't? Okay, so 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 I'm going to show you how to change what was just written so that it's more accurate to exactly your real life situation. So it's not just based off of like something that is so generic. We're going to customize it. Okay. So you can tell it what to do. So look, for year one, no one is giving me $50,000, right? $50,000. Redo this plan. Redo this. You could just say redo this with me just starting, and your results might be different. So just keep going as you would. Um, Redo this with me just starting with $500. Okay, because I'm trying to keep it real with y'all. Like I'm not trying to act like oh, now I need $50,000. No, you don't. We're gonna tell it, I don't have $50,000. Redo this plan, and guess what? It's going to redo it. Okay. So I'm gonna scroll all the way down so I can see what it's typing. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Certainly, starting with only $500 presents a challenge, but there are still steps you can take to begin building your business. And I know this is a lot, but I want you all to see how anything is possible. And when life puts you flat on your you know what, sometimes it's a reset. It's not for you to give up. So many people think, "Oh my god, I'm broke right now. I have nothing. I'm struggling. My life is ending." No, sometimes it's a reset so that you have less distractions so you can move forward. So I want you all to know that anything is possible. You have to believe it and it will happen. It's true. Just like ChatGPT was like, oh, I got you. You don't have an extra 50,000? No problem. Okay. Here's a revised projection for year one with a $500 starting budget. Initial investment, online sales, and virtual consultations. Assume you can generate $5,000 in revenue through online sales of CBD products, blah, 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 local pop-up events, total revenue 10,000. So it's telling you what to do, right? So generate $5,000 in revenue. You can do that. Go to local pop-ups. You can do that, and then you'll generate maybe $10,000. So now it's also going to include the expenses that we put before. That's why it's very important to follow these exact prompts because we're still not there. I'm going to show you exactly where we're going to end up, and you're going to be like, okay. So it's going to put in all those expenses, right? So it's going to tell you your total expenses. And it's going to tell you your net profit. Okay. So at the end of year one, with diligent effort, you might have a net profit of $4,000. Net means the money you have after all of your expenses are paid. Okay. Which can be reinvested into the business to continue growing. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Right. So those are the projections. Right. So now I'm going to say, this is the next prompt. Okay. Put these projections, write this down, put these projections. This is a lot of business jargon, but I want you guys to understand that if you study this and if you memorize it, you'll start to understand more and more about how businesses work, and you'll actually be able to take their proper steps to get to your goal. Because business is business, it's all the same, it's just a different business. So this is giving you the terminology and the knowledge that you need to get there. So that's why I want to be very detailed. Put these projections in a chart. Okay, put these projections in a chart. Let's see what it says. So the importance of this is like for me, I'm a visual learner. I need to see numbers. I need to see what's happening. Okay. So this is you can actually copy this code and like do all types of things in Excel. I'm not an Excel person. I love spreadsheets. I don't like creating them. So it puts it in a way that you can actually copy the code and be super fancy. But for me, I want to be visual. I want to understand how much money am I starting with? How much money do I need to make? And how much money will I have left after? Okay. So this breaks it down to be very, very easy to understand. So if I start with $500, I hope y'all are with me. Let me check really quick because y'all are like, I'm like, y'all are real quiet. It's because I can't see you. Oh, wait, let me see. Uh, okay, I'll go back to this. All right, so I just want to finish up here, and then I'll go back to the question. So start with $500 revenue. So $500. Put some fire in the chat if you have $500. Put some fire in the chat if you can do a GoFundMe or raise whatever to get $500. If you can do that, maybe it's $300. All you need is something to start with. Okay. So I'm going to start with 500. I'm going to generate $5,000 for the first year online. Then I'm going to generate $5,000, right? Doing local pop-ups, and I'm going to make $10,000. That's why we did all this in steps because it already knows what my expenses are. You can't just think about gross profit because as soon as you get the money, you're going to not y'all. I'm just saying most people, they will spend it all. You have to take into account your expenses. So the reason why we did the prompts before, if y'all are just tuning in, you're going to have to rewind because we dropped some major gems, okay? So um, you have to account for your expenses. So depending on what your industry is, it's going to tell you what your expenses are. And of course, if you see it type something that's like too high or too low, you can say, hey, retype the expense, retype marketing as $500. It'll redo the whole thing and change the price for you, right? So it shows you your expenses, your revenue, and your net profit. Okay, so this table breaks down the revenue and expenses. Always think about your expenses, providing a net profit loss calculation at the end. Okay, blah, 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 blah. So now I'm going to say, now create, this is the prompt, write this down. Now create the, oh, sorry. I'm telling you, write this prompt down. This is what you want to remember. Now create a chart that shows me projections for the next 5 years. So now it's going to show you what growth may look like. It's going to show you how you can get to the $1 million. Now I'll create a chart that shows me the projections for the next 5 years. Okay? It has to be in this order in order to get the results that I'm speaking about. Yeah, it's like, oh, creating it, I can't really do it. I'm not supposed to do it, but I'll do it. But just seek professional help. Okay. Um, so it's during all 5 years. Okay, your initial investment is the amount you start with in the first year. Additional funding comes from loans, investors, grants. Okay. So this is the thing. When you're starting a business, you have to reinvest the money you make in order to do more with the business. You can't spend the money initially because then you'll be at a deficit. So when you start earning income, you're going to be really excited, but you have to reinvest it. I think Amazon. I know y'all don't like Amazon. Amazon's not a friendly company. It's not. I'm sorry, but they reinvested. I think it was for 10 years. They just reinvested all the money. Okay, so you have to reinvest it until you get to the point where you can deduct from the business. Okay, so this line, additional funding, could come from loans. Maybe now your credit's right. You can take out a loan. Maybe now people see your business and they're like, oh, she's on, he or she, they, whoever is onto something. I want to be an investor. Maybe there's local grants. Put it back into your account. And also profits that you've reinvested from the previous year. Assuming you leave the money in your bank account, you don't touch it, and it goes back in for the next year. Okay. So total revenue is the total amount earned from all sources of expenses. So total revenue is like how much money you make, um, including just all the money you make total. Total expenses are obviously your total expenses. And then the net profit is the total revenue minus total expenses. All I think about is net. And you should think about net too, because net is what you're left with. A lot of people just think about gross, and that's not going to work because you'll never know how much you can earn or are earning. Okay, so I'm going to slide this over, right? So it's showing you starting with $500 total revenue for the first year, $10,000, and then the next year 40,000, next year 100,000, next year 250,000, next year 500,000. Okay, so clearly we need more than 5 years to get to 1 million. But if we look at this chart, we could say that maybe in 10 years or less, you would get to 1 million. And it's showing you the net profit. The first year, the net's only 4, then it's 15,000, 40,000, 100,000, 200,000. Okay. So this is the net. So when you think about, replacing income, don't think about the gross, think about the net. So if you work hard, start the $500 business, and do all the things that you're supposed to be doing, all the outline things, you can potentially net $4,000 the first year. It's not about the first year, it's about the second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. So that's why you want to build your business smart so you can get to the goals that you need to get to. So this is how you can have an idea, a business idea, and create a whole plan that will get you to $1 million. Maybe you just want to get to $300,000. Follow these steps, plug in your own information, and you will be able to get there. Now, there's several steps that we've left out, but I'm already probably Um, I don't want to bore y'all with too much detail, but that's what my group is for, because I will show you how to create a business plan with one prompt. I'll show you how to do all types of things, uh, figure out deficits in the industry. For example, um, people sell candles. What's an idea that I can do with my candles that no one else has ever done before? And you can put that in there, and it'll give you ideas. So when you're building a brand, you have to build from doing something in a different way that no one's ever done before. Little things, just little things, and that's how you build a brand. Boom, I'm done with all the talk about so listen, questions. Ooh, now I'm sharing too much. Um questions. Let's go. I'm back in the comments. Put some fire in the chat if that was helpful. Put some fire in the chat if that was helpful. Thank you so much for CBD Holistic Spa as an example, India. You can plug in your own business type and do the same thing. Okay. Oh, you learned so much today. Cool. I'm gonna put this in the chat. Franchise. This is my private group where we go a little bit deeper. Can't do it all on YouTube because y'all will be bored. Franchise now, please.com. And this is my group. All you have to do is join, and then it'll lead you into the group. Troublesome Boy is a member in the group. And let me tell you something. We have a book club. We do stuff like this all the time. So it gives you the information you need to do it today. You can start with $100. You can start with $20. Wow. Should I tell y'all about this? I'm gonna tell y'all about this. Okay. Put some fire in the chat first, please. And also, like this video, I'm going to show you one more thing. One more thing. Now, Aura's in the group. Yep. Listen, I usually save all of this for my group, but there's no stingy energy, right? I come on here to help and share. So I can't go into exact detail the way I would in my group because, I don't have enough time. But I am going to show you as much as I can without any stingy energy. This is not a $3,000 course. This is not anything that you have to do anything. I just gave you information that will literally take your business from $500 to 500,000 and then a million for free. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. But if you need extra help, join the group, franchisenowplease.com. Now I'm going to show you something that changed my life. All right. I thought I was done, but I'm not. So let me show you something that changed my life. I need somebody who has a business to give me what their business is in the comments. Just give me a real business that you really have. hmm Just give me one real business that you currently have that you're kind of struggling to make a profit in. Struggling to make a profit in. Profit meaning money left over. Okay, I'm gonna use appliance repair. Yeah, I'm gonna use appliance repair business. Okay. Now you can plug in your own thing. So just know that I'm not leaving you high and dry, right? So I'm gonna start a new chat because when I spoke about ChatGPT before, all of these things are different assistants that you want to think of. You don't want to mix information because then it's going to talk about too many things. All of these things are separate topics. So when you go back to the chat, it will know what you're talking about and it'll all just be for that one thing. So you could do multiple business ideas, uh, all types of things. But make sure whenever you're talking about something specific, you always go back to that specific chat when you talk about it again. Again, make sure you put browse with Bing because it's going to pull from the database of the world. Now, okay, I'm hyping myself up. I forgot what the appliance repair business. Okay. So, this is what I'm going to say, okay? Thank you all thank you all for sticking around for this entire video because the prompt that I'm about to give you right now literally changed my life. Okay? Changed my life. I started building businesses in a completely different way. And now you can too. Again, this is all I'm asking you to do. Like my Instagram page, KIKAIAM, Kika I am is written right there. I can't see y'all because I got my screen share, but I believe that y'all are reading Kika I am. Go on Instagram, like my page. You can click the little bell for a little extra credit so you get notified every time I talk because I usually only talk about cool things. Um, and like me there, and then subscribe to Forbidden Knowledge on YouTube so you get all the prompts when we go live, including myself. And boom, and like this video. Okay, that's all I'm asking for right now. So, profit and loss. Shout out to Earn Your Leisure. Assets over liabilities. Okay. The whole point of having a business, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. The whole point of having a business actually is to help, create jobs, to help deliver an amazing service or amazing products to the general public. Those are the first things. But then it's also to generate a net profit, which means money. Gross, everybody thought, oh, I made $3 million, but your gross was $20. So what? I don't want to have to earn $3 million just to get $20, right? I want to be able to earn a high net without having to do too much, and that defines a good business, right? So what I'm about to show you is how you can ensure you're building a business that will have a net profit. Okay. What you can do, I keep forgetting because I'm getting excited. Appliance repair business. Okay. So, ready? This is the prompt. Okay. Write this down. What is the typical net profit in the appliance repair industry? Now, I'm teaching y'all listen, oh, I can't type repair industry. Okay. So every industry has profit margins that are somewhat standard that you need to know about. Okay. That's what I should really say. What is the typical profit margin? Sorry. Profit margin. Every industry has it. So whatever industry you're in, you're going to go ask chat, what is the typical profit margin for and you put whatever your business is, appliance, I'm putting this, repair industry. It's important to know this because I'm going to show you why. Okay, so what is the typical profit margin for the appliance repair industry? So you see how it says browsing? Woo! Sorry, cold. You see how it says browsing? It's actually browsing the internet to help get the answer. Okay. So it's saying, oh, it's not typically available, but it's giving you examples of major companies and what their profit margins are. So what they're talking about is how much money you should have left. Okay. Yep. Look at this. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Say you have a home appliance store because it's right here. Average net profit margins typically range from 2 to 6% net. That's so low. Oh my god. That's a store. So okay. Um, let's see. Okay. So some figures were provided for the gross profit margin of specific companies with the home appliance industry. I don't know this company, but their gross margin at 25%. Appliance gross margin. However, these figures. Okay. So in general, it says it right here. For home appliance stores, average net profit typically range from 2 to 6%. So that is how much net profit you're going to have out after all your expenses. But what I think maybe you have is maybe a mobile service. So let's say it's a mobile service, right? So you're telling it what exactly your business is so you can get an answer that's clearly defined. It's a mobile service, okay? Because if it's a mobile service, then you have less expenses and you're going to have a higher net profit. So I'm assuming it's a mobile service. I can't see your comments right now, but let's see. So it's telling you all the information it found. Good. Okay. So now it's saying 10 to 20%. Okay. Now, are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? So this is, it told you the standard for the industry 10 to 20%. Are you ready? Whew. Okay. Create, this is the prompt. So if I'm in this industry, I want to create a business that will give me more of a net profit than the typical, 20%. I like 50%. I want a 50% net profit. So out of all the money that I make, I would like to keep 50%, not me myself personally, but the business. I would like the business to be able to have 50% of the gross left over. Create a profit and loss statement that allows me to generate. So the industry is 20%. I want to generate 50%. That allows me to generate a 50%. This is very important. If also if you're selling businesses to people, you want to make sure they make money. What better way to help them than to build a business with a higher net profit, money left over than the typical industry, right? Allows me to generate a 50% net profit. Damn. You know, let's see what happens. Da, 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 da. Okay. It's like, oh, it's difficult, but here you go. So it's very general. So, okay. So now create it with more detail. So the reason why I'm showing you this, so you can reverse engineer your business and figure out how you can have a higher net profit, more money left over, um, by building the business backwards. Start from the net profit and then build it backwards so you know what you need to do in order to get to that net profit. But you see, it's very it's not specific. It's not specific yet. Create this in more detail. You have to use these exact prompts in order for it to work, line by line, right? And it's gonna know what I'm talking about. I want you to tell me what I need to do to make sure I make money. Period. Right? So now it is giving you listen. I'm stopping after this because now I'm just going. Okay. So what it just did is it built a business for me that will help me have a higher net profit than the typical industry. Net is money left over. Don't just think about growth. It created it for me. Now I'm going to show you how to read this, right? So this is saying maybe you have $100,000 in revenue, right? So it's saying this is how much you should spend in parts and labor. Maybe this is your payroll, you know. So the parts and the labor. So if you go above this, your net is probably going to be much less. So this provides the proper framework for you to stay within your means so you can hit the goal. This it's all about numbers. Don't spend more than $10,000 on parts. And this is, of course, if you're well into business. Don't spend more than $10,000 on parts and materials. Don't spend more than $20,000 on labor, right? Don't spend more on, it's still doing rent. It's still acting like I'm a store. Okay, fine. Don't spend more than $5,000 on rent. Don't spend more than 2,000. You get what I'm saying? Don't spend more than 5,000. So by reverse engineering, you're able to see and have a guideline of how much money you should not spend so that you can generate as much net as possible. Okay? Are y'all with me? I don't even think, oh no. Did I even I'm so sorry, y'all. Y'all are like, "Can you share your screen?" But did you hear what I was saying? That's so crazy. I knew I was gonna do that at some point, but it's okay. As long as you were following along, now you can see what I'm talking about. So for those um who are just tapping in, you know, my bad. Okay. But y'all heard what I said, right? So really quick, I said, you heard everything I said. So I wanted to create a business that would give me 50% net profit. And like for most industries, 50% is very high. Most industries, you don't even receive, um, you know, 30%, right? So start reverse engineering the business from a 50% net profit will help you grow a business that will have a profit, which is the whole point. So here it was very general. It only gave me a few things, but my prompt was create this in more detail line by line. And it said certainly. So this is what it generated. Okay. So it told me all of the expenses so that now I know in my head I'm not going to go above these expenses because I will be, if I go above these expenses, my net profit, which means the money I have left over, will be less. So it provides a framework for what you should stay, what you should pay in order to have a 50% net profit. Does that make sense? So if I made $100,000, I should not spend more than this on rent, this on utilities, this on marketing. Because what happens is if you don't have a framework, you just start spending money and you're spending too much money and then you have no money left over. So the whole point of this, showing you this, is to show you how to reverse engineer a business so you can have a profit. You could say, I want to have 5,000. Let me show you real quick. Now that I'm sharing my screen, I want to create uh let me see, create a profit, or I'll just say create another version of this. You have to be specific. Create another version of this that shows me how I can, remember we're only talking about net money left over, how I can net $10,000 a month. Would you all like to net $10,000 a month in your business? Put some fire in the chat if you would love to net $10,000 a month every single month. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm telling it what my dream is, and it's gonna show me how I can get there based off of trillions of data points from real life, from people who've created businesses similar to the businesses you want to create. It's going to provide the guide that you need to get there. All you have to do is tell it what your goals are and put in the work. My goodness. To net $10,000 a month, 120,000 annually, while maintaining a 50%, you see, because I already said that, you need to generate $240,000 in revenue annually. Here's how the profit and loss statement could look. Remember, it has to say could. So it tells you how much you need to gross, which is the top number, how much you need to make, and it tells you all the expenses, and it tells you, the highest number of what you should spend. And if you stay under those numbers, you'll be able to generate the $10,000 a month that you're trying to receive. In this version, all costs and revenue figures are scaled up to meet your goal of netting $10,000 per month while maintaining a 50% net profit. Listen, I'm done. There's nothing else. Are y'all with me? Oh, I see fire. Yay. Okay, because I'm always like, "What?" Are y'all with me? Do you see what just happened? For real. Let me know if you see what just happened. Do you see what I just did? Do you see what you can do? Do you see that it's all a numbers game? And you can start with $500. You can start with any amount of money. What you have to do is educate yourself on the proper way to handle the money once you start getting it, and the proper things that you need to do in order to get there. It's very simple, but our minds tell us that we can't do it. So oftentimes, because we don't know how to do it, well, now you have this video. Now you have this video that's going to be on YouTube forever. And you can keep going back to it. And you can share it with your friends and family. And you can just keep using it as a place to get knowledge, forbidden knowledge that's not forbidden anymore. So you can build what you dream of building because you can. It's just the information is not out there. Well, now it is. Okay. In real estate and all that. Right. Yes, I'm telling y'all. Yes, you can do this for any industry. You just took five. Listen, bro, this is why I do this. You just took off 5 years of mental anguish in a half hour. My God, what? Yarda, I just saved a relationship that you almost ended. Wow, you guys are amazing. Okay, let me just tell y'all are amazing. All right, so I hope that was very helpful. If that was a lot of detail, more than I thought I would actually go through live because I didn't want to bore anybody. But I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel bad I didn't share my screen initially. People were like, "We can't see your screen." I hope this was helpful. You're going to have to watch the replay because that was a lot of information. But if you plug and play, I promise you, you will get the results that you're looking for. The work that you'll have to do is the hard part. I can't help, can't. It's not easy, but you can do it. Nothing is easy. Okay. You're so welcome. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a comment on my Instagram page, Kika I am. I'm going to post a comment. We can use that post to continue the conversation because we're about to get off of YouTube. You're going to have questions. You're going to try this out. And I want you to get the help that you need. So go to my Instagram page, Kika I am. Go there now. Follow me. And what I'll do is I'll post a picture of this episode so you'll know, and then continue the conversation in the comments. So if you have any questions, anything that you want to say, we can continue the conversation in the comments on Instagram. Okay? Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really could not wait to do this episode. Next week, Tuesday. Do you guys like the 9:30 time better or 7:30? Because I feel like this was a really good time. On Tuesdays, do you like the 7:30? So it's Kika I am on Instagram. I just posted it in the comments. Do you like 7:30 or do you like 9:30? Because I'm trying to get as many people as possible to hear the knowledge. Just put 7:30 or 9:30 in the chat if you have a preference. I need to know what's better for everyone. Oh, 9:30? It might be 9:30 on Tuesdays. Oh, there's somebody else on 9:30 on Tuesdays. Maybe I can do Thursdays. Put 7:30 or 9:30, and I'll see. But next week I have someone who is a high power lawyer, and all he does is talk about trusts as how to build trust. And now this is not somebody. This is not a mogul from social media, like telling you how to do something. No, this is the real deal. Yes, you're so welcome. This is the real deal. A lawyer is coming on to this show next week. My website, it's franchisenowplease.com. I'll put it in the chat. He's coming on with me next week, and he is going to talk about how you can build a trust to protect your assets and to pass down wealth to your children and your family. And guess what? How much money do you need to put in a trust in order to start it? $1. literally $1. So he's coming on next week. Yep, franchisenowplease.com. Go there, join my group. He's coming on next week, and he is going to talk about all the things that you can do with a trust and how you can create it and the importance of it. I can't even begin to explain how amazing this is going to be. Okay. Um, and this is not somebody from social media saying this is how you do it. This is an actual attorney. He's on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see his post and his profile. And I asked him because we talked about trust, how you can sell businesses to your children in your trust to build family wealth. There's a lot of things that you can do. Yeah, trusts are tremendously important, and people don't really know about them. So I went straight to the source. He has like 500,000 followers on Instagram. All he does is talk about legal things. So I said, "Would you come on my podcast?" And guess what he said? Yes. I said, "Oh my God." So he's coming. Super excited. This is a lawyer. And we're going to have a Q&A section, and you'll be able to ask him questions. Okay? And I'm getting all the free information out of him, so don't worry about that. Don't worry. His name, I forgot his name, but if you follow me on Instagram on Sunday, I'm gonna post about the episode. You'll see. And if you also remember, I'm gonna take a picture of this, like this, and I'm gonna post it on Instagram right now, and we can continue the conversation. So are y'all saying Thursday at 9:30 is a great day to do this? Because I might have to switch because I it just seems like more people were available because I know some people are coming from work at 7:30. So are y'all saying 9:30? Okay, listen, let me take this picture real quick so I can go right to Instagram. And I need you guys to tell me in the comment. Oh, here he is. Wait, he just popped up on my Instagram. I'll just put it in my on my I'll put it on my page. So I'm gonna take a picture. Everybody smile. Smile. No, that was really let's do it one more. This is so funny. We're all taking a picture together. My IG is Kika I am. You do need a podcast. Everyone needs a podcast. That's another thing that we talk about in my group. How to start your own podcast because everybody has a story. Everybody should be sharing their story and teaching others through their story. Everybody needs a podcast. Okay. So let me do this again. Everybody smile. Smile. Okay, super corny, but I don't care. So I'm gonna post this on my Instagram page, this picture. I want you to go there now, and I want you to continue the conversation, and I'll tell you what his name is in the comments, and we'll just do it like that. Okay? So I think I'm gonna switch to 9:30 on Thursdays. Let me know in my comments on Instagram, 9:30 or 7:30. Okay? So again, Kika I am KIKAIAM on Instagram. I'm gonna go there right now. Let me know, and then we'll move the show if that works better for everyone. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will continue to bring the knowledge, only the best, just for you. Join my group, my mastermind group. This is what we do all day long. I got some group members in the chat right now. Go to Instagram. You'll see some posts about the group and you'll see the group members. FranchiseNowPlease.com. You can join us and you'll be looped right in. No stingy energy. I promise you that. Okay. Behind the hustle. I'm your host, Kiko Wise. Thank you so much for tapping in. I hope you learned something tonight. Okay. Be good to yourself. And always remember, you can do anything you put your mind to. All right? I'll see you guys. See you on Instagram.